Happy New Year, Gemini. Welcome to your 2014 Runescope. Instead of January only, I'm taking a look at the whole year. I'm going to look at the first 6 months for gems with the runes, and then the second half with the major arcana from the tarot. So we can see how both of these systems of divination kind of get their take on each half of the year. I also have my Thor Pez dispenser here to lend his energy and guidance. Suits, right? It's a Runescope. Why not have Thor? As always, you can also watch the video for your rising sign if you know it. That can give you some more information about what other stuff you may be dealing with in 2014 in other areas of your life. What else may be going on for you? If not, you can, or in addition to, you can also schedule a private consultation with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a half-hour session. Just drop me a line at the email address below this video if you want to set up an appointment, and I'll send you my schedule and we'll get something going. The new year can be a great time to get a reading, so if you haven't had a chance to do so, that would be a better time than most to check it out. So, Gemini, let's take a look. January to June. What you're going to be dealing with here. The first 6 months, your focus is going to be on a shift or a change, something that you were going after, something that you wanted very bad. For some of you, this could involve a person. It could involve someone that you have been wanting to form an attachment to, wanting to form a relationship to. Maybe somebody a relationship with. Maybe this is somebody you had a crush on, somebody you've been dating. And maybe you wanted to kind of seal the deal, take things to a new level. So I see your focus being on that from January to June, and I see a lot of messages, a lot of communication between the two of you. A lot of talks about where you want things to go. This may be somebody who's disappointed you before in the past, and I mean, that may or may not continue to be a theme. I mean, for some of you, I think this person will continue to disappoint you maybe, and for others of you, maybe they will turn over a new leaf. It's going to be different for everyone, so it just kind of depends on the situation, your particular situation, and the other person and what they're dealing with, what their sign is, what they're dealing with. You can of course watch the video for their sign to maybe get an idea of what themes they're going to be going through. If this isn't a relationship, though, this could be anything that a goal that you would set for yourself in 2013 that's kind of carrying over into 2014, and it's going to kind of consume you the first 6 months. Some of you, this could just be a move. You could be looking to move to a new location, a new home, or a new position that you've had your eye on, or a company that you've wanted to get in with, get your foot in the door with. You may be focusing on that the first 6 months, and actually, but I see you talking. I see communication going on with the people in question, if this is a company, a job that you want. So maybe you're interviewing or talking to these people, or an opportunity will present itself so that you can submit your resume and try to get your foot in the door there. And I see you getting some positive feedback. And for some of you, maybe this is a place that you tried to get into before. Maybe this is a company that you tried to get in with before, or last year, and maybe something fell through, and a position maybe that you didn't get. Maybe that person didn't work out. Some of you something may be coming back around for a rerun, and this time you'll be more happy with the results. So yeah, I think the first 6 months you're going to be focused on, kind of a carryover, whatever you were dealing with in 2013. As far as a goal or a person you were after, Gemini. And for the most part, I mean, I think the first 6 months of the year are going to be very positive. I see you feeling more fortunate, or like things are just falling into place a bit better for you. Things seem easier or seem to be flowing better for you the first 6 months of the year than they were in 2013. A lot of new beginnings, but I mean, again, I don't think you're going to be feeling the stress of these new beginnings, because these are things that you went after with tenacity, as things that you really wanted. Some of you may be working on, actually creating a life, creating a child. That may be consuming your thoughts. That may be something that you want to bring into your life in this year. And so that may be something you're working on very diligently. And that's actually going to be, you know, if you are working on that with a partner, that's going to bring you guys closer, and it's actually going to have a positive effect on your relationship. So, and I don't think it'll take long if you're trying to get pregnant, Gemini, in the most case for most of you. I think you're going to be able to make that happen quite easily. So definitely be sure that that's really what you want. You know that whole old saying, be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And if you don't wish for that, take precautions, Gemini. You know, that is a fertility card, so just saying. I always throw that out when the fertility cards come up. You know that, if you've been watching me for any length of time. Help that you're going to receive is going to come from your home base the first 6 months of 2014. Like whenever you need to kind of bounce ideas off of people, your family will be there, your partner will be there, you'll have friends around, especially about job and career stuff, Gemini, because it seems like that's where it seems like you're not indecisive when it comes to relationships as so much as job and financial things, you know. You don't trust your own judgment nearly as much in that kind of thing. So you tend to ask more advice about financial stuff. Relationship stuff, he can handle that. That's old hat. But you generally know what you want in that sphere. But yeah, with financial stuff, with job stuff, you tend to seek out advice. Some of you may be getting an inheritance this year. You may have some kind of inheritance or estate settlement coming to you this year that's going to help out a lot. Some of you may have thought you were going to get more money than you do, but I mean, whatever you do get will you know, help out in some way. If it's not money, maybe it's an item. Maybe you thought you were getting money, but you end up getting an item of some sort, or an actual, yeah, just a little trinket or something. Whatever this is, though, it looks like other people wanted it too, so it must be worth something. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I've been talking a lot today. What has to be accepted January to June is that this year is going to be focused a lot on relationships for you, Gemini, and one-to-one relationships, your intimacy, private relationships. How do you relate to other people? How do they relate to you? What kind of people do you pick? Do you pick the right people? Do you try to see good things that maybe aren't there? Do you give people the benefit of the doubt when they don't deserve it? These are the kind of issues you're going to be seeing. Patterns, maybe they're going to reveal themselves in 2014. You're finally going to see a pattern maybe that you've repeated in your life when it comes to relationships. But I think that overall it's going to be a karmic year for you in relationships, Gemini, whereas if you have treated other people well in those one-to-one situations, you're going to get back threefold what you've put in. So, you know, if you've been good, if you've been nice, not naughty, you're going to get back positive results from that. You know, you're finally going to maybe get the payoff that you've been waiting on for that. Others of you who have maybe been naughty and treated other people in a bad way may not be so lucky. But, I mean, this may involve an ending of one phase or one era, Gemini, before you can move on. Okay, so, I mean, if you are with somebody who's not able to give you what you need, you will have to, I see an ending around June of you having to end this and move on, finally move on with your life. You know, and I feel like if that is the case, this is something that you kind of, I think, knew was coming, and it seems like maybe you got the advice from other people in your life that, you know what, you need to get yourself out of the situation. It's not good for you. This person is not good for you. They hide things from you. They don't tell you the truth about things. Because I see somebody, you know, the year may start out really great with somebody, Gemini, but then by June, a secret comes out or you discover something that's been hidden from you and you have no choice but to walk away. Don't delay walking away. Don't second guess your intuition. Okay, because this is just like the straw that breaks the camel's back. Okay, you can't stick around for any more of this. You don't deserve that, and you're never going to be happy if you keep sticking around and putting up with this person's crap. I'm laying it all on the line for you, Gemini. If you're in a relationship with a liar, or with somebody who's never going to be available to you, get out of it. This is the year to get out of it and move on. Be with somebody that is there for you and present for you. But let's take a look. Let's move on into July and see kind of how the rest of this is going to play out. See if we can get some deets, some more details for you. Yeah, I think July to December, again, you're dealing with secrets, things that are coming out that were hidden from you. And you'll be strong through this, Gemini. This isn't anything you can't handle. It's actually, for a lot of you, it's not anything you haven't been through before. But it's necessary that these things come out to liberate you from this situation. So, I mean, these things may be pretty bad because maybe that's all it's going to take for you to kind of turn your back on this person or get out of this relationship or get out of the illusion of a relationship. You know, have you really had a relationship, or has this been an illusion? You know, is this something that you should have walked away from a long time ago? These are things that you're going to be confronted with, Gemini, in 2014. And yeah, all you have to do is free yourself. Free yourself up to move on. Stop lying to yourself. Yeah, don't deceive yourself. Because you're strong enough to face this. You're strong enough to face this. You're strong enough to deal with it. And once you kind of show the world that you could do that, show the universe that you can do that, the rewards are going to be pouring in, intimacy-wise. So, their advice to you is to use your wisdom, you know? A relationship situation has to be righted in some way, or has to be equalized in some way, balanced out. There's a too much give on one side and no give on the other. Just take, take, take. Don't keep takers in your life, Gemini. I also feel like the second half of the year you're going to be looking for inspiration or just something to inspire you again, something creative to kind of get your juices flowing. You may be just looking for a new hobby or looking for a new group of people to connect with. Some of you may find this through the church if you're involved in like church activities, things like that. You may find groups with common interests to kind of facilitate that in some way. You may find people online, groups online that are also, you know, right there in your community that you can kind of connect with, because it seems like you need some new friends or some fresh meat in your life who you can relate to in a new way. It seems like, Gemini, in the second half of the year, you're going to be like, I want to change everything about my environment. I am sick of my environment and all the people in it. So you're going to be looking for a way to kind of flip the script on your whole life and just kind of like turn everything upside down for a new view. And the help you're going to have on your side the second half of the year is your intuition, Gemini. Don't second guess it. Okay, I think this comes up almost every time with you guys. Don't second guess those gut feelings. Don't second guess synchronicities. The synchronicities come when we need confirmation, but then, I mean, Gemini, I think that you have your intuition telling you to do something, you get a synchronicity telling you you're on the right path, and then you still need more confirmation. So it's like, look for synchronicities, because those are your confirmation. Those are the confirmation that your intuition is right on, is leading you in the right direction. And especially the second half of the year, Gemini, yes, there may be some difficult things that you're dealing with, difficult issues, but it's all going to be for the better. Don't kind of block the sunlight out that's just on the other side. It's like, you know, you've got the blind raised halfway. You just have to pull the cord a little more, and you're going to see everything, and the light's going to stream right in and illuminate everything for you, show you opportunities and things that you haven't been seeing because maybe you've been bogged down by draining stuff that's just draining your energy. And for no reason, there's no payback, just taking without giving back. So Yeah, open that blind all the way, Gemini. What can't be changed? July through December. You will have to take what you feel is a risk emotionally to get either information that you need or to know where you stand in some way. This can be personal or in business, but again, I feel like Gemini, this is going to be a very personal, relationship-focused year for you. If you want things to change in that sphere, you are going to have to take what you feel is a big emotional risk. This can involve making yourself vulnerable in some way, revealing something about yourself that maybe you haven't up to this point to a partner. Facing a fear of being alone. Maybe being alone for a while would be in your best interest. Maybe being single would be the best option for you for a little bit. You know, maybe you would have a great time being single for a little bit. It's not bad being single. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you have a fear of that, maybe it's time to face that and see a whole new world. See the world open up in a whole new way for you. But I think by the end of the year, anything that has not been honest in your life, Gemini, and anything that has not been on the up and up is going to be cleared away. So, and that includes people, anybody who's been, and I had a similar reading for Sagittarius. Anyone who hasn't been honest with you, anything that's been built on lies or illusions is going to be burned away. And obviously with the Tower, that's a card of, you know, eliminating so that you can rebuild. And a lot of this, though, Gemini, you'll be doing on your own. It just may be a little tougher than you had anticipated. This doesn't have to be a bad card, you know. It doesn't have to mean things are going to be stripped away from you that you need. No, the only things that will be stripped away are bad things. Things that don't belong in your life. Things that are blocking you in some way. And, you know, the thing is, though, it's usually out of our control. It usually just kind of happens, and then we're left to kind of deal with it. But part of this, I think at least one of these issues you'll be dealing with, Gemini, that will be stripped away will be of your own doing. Like, you will know that this is best for you, and you will set that in motion. Even though you know it will be painful, you know it will be the best thing for you. And the best decision that you can make for you so that you can move forward in 2015 with a completely clean slate. So it's a year of ups and downs, Gemini, but again, the focus is going to be on relationships, on intimacy. If there's someone in your life who's not being honest with you, if you're not being honest with someone in your life, those things are going to come out and have to be dealt with. If you're in a relationship where you're both being honest with each other and everything's hunky-dory, then I you know, this is just going to be about drawing closer and creating new things together. These are only going to be issues if you're dealing with facades or illusions in any way. So make sure that you are as honest as possible in 2014, Gemini. Just try to be that way with other people, and I think you'll see the payoff, especially in the second half of the year, if you do that and are honest and treat everybody with respect in the first half of the year. It'll pay off in the second half of the year. So that's what I see for 2014, Gemini. I will see you again when I come back in February for your Runescope for then. So take care until then. See you later. Bye.